First of all, guys, I'm gonna be showing you guys the finance sheet that we have. So you want to have a finance sheet, as you can see in here, daily, weekly, and monthly. So from January, let's say, to December, and you put an always in place in what markets you're selling, amount of products you're testing, the revenue, cost of goods, refunds, ad spend, transaction fees, profit. And that's very important. Under transaction fees, you also got to put FX fee. And why I'm sharing this immediately right here is because when people say, hey man, I'm making a 30% profit while selling fashion, I'm like, bro, you have no idea what you're talking about. Because if you did 100K in revenue, let's say this January, very nice and cool, you look into your sheet, you put all the numbers in and you see, okay, I have a profit of 30%. Beautiful, right? But guess what? That is not your real profit. Because what happens in a business is that where the returns and refunds, it takes time to deflect into the business. Number one, people used maybe for a couple of days, or maybe at the end of the month when people just get their orders, or later even. So if, for example, somebody orders a product on the 20th of January, but they receive it on the, let's say, like after 15 days, it can happen. They receive it the month after. And if they don't like the product, you will get refunds. So what happens, all the revenue that you make there, you get chargebacks a month later. And then you're like the next month, oh, why is my chargeback rate so high? Oh no, but that's because the month before that, you just sold crap or the products weren't good. And from my experience, what I've just basically seen is that usually it takes like 2 months until you can see your real profit. So when I do a certain amount of revenue, I just know for myself. It's nice and cool, but I know that 4 to 5% in points are gonna be deducted from total, you know? So let's say I made 100K revenue in January and the 1st of February, I look at the numbers, I have a profit of 20%. I know that it's going to be around 15 or even 13 probably. Especially when you're getting to like $1 million a month, you will see that your profit is dropping. And this is what I'm telling you. You can talk about making your AOV higher, about email marketing, whatever it may be. All the biggest fashion dropshippers, they can all come and battle against me. But in the game that we're playing, like, you don't know this shit better than me. Trust me, buddy. I've literally started in this game in 2019 and I had to lose literally all my money, go into the deep trenches again and again to figure all this shit out. And I'm giving it away today here. So when I say this type of shit, guys, please believe me. So if you're gonna calculate your profit, it's not just cost of goods and as well the advertising costs you have to look at. A lot of people, they don't put in their profit also the employee costs, transaction fees, interconnection fees, the banking fees, FX fees. A lot of the refunds is not calculated properly because you have to look how many of the refunds were from January that just got in at February. It gets very complex. So you gotta calculate everything. And also the cost you have for apps that you see in, like in Shopify, the deduction. There's so much that people don't keep in place. So this is the sheet that we use for finance. This is very important. Look, we also make sure we put the refunds and everything amount very actively in here. Amount of products weekly that you tested you can put, but you can also do, for example, amount of creators that you tested in that specific moment. And then you see in here as well, of course, this is like the daily one. Please put this down, guys. This is very important. We use it all the time.